Hey collective, it's me, Juanica, also known as Miss Astrology, here for some tarot talk. And today I really felt led to discuss the Lovers card. And I did feel like this was just so appropriate because Mercury is retrograding in the sign of Libra. And the Lovers is represented by Gemini in the astrology. And so we are getting some pretty decent aspects or energy from Gemini with the North Node currently being there. But I really thought that this was perfect because we are dealing in relationships and partnerships, Libra, but the Lovers really talks about the true unification of partnerships. And so that's really what I wanted to explain and really help you guys understand this card a little bit better. So you know me, I am a firm believer that if anybody begins to study tarot, they must start with the original Rider-Waite deck. This is just traditional tarot. I do my readings, and my go-to deck is the Modern Witch Tarot deck, which is this one right here. And I love it because it's really spot on with the symbol, and the symbolisms are really very close, but it's more modern. It's more up to date. So I'm going to compare the two, but they're both basically the same message. And I really want you to get an understanding of what the Lovers card really represents as we go through this Mercury retrograde. I have been very vocal about how this is very much a time that we are to represent and stand up for and make sure that we find balance and fairness in our relationships. There are some of us that are really having to stand up for ourselves and what it is that we truly want. And then there are others that really need to give some and to give some leeway and to allow the other person to have their way. This is about balance. And that's really what unification is all about, right? And so the Lovers card, and a lot of times when people see the Lovers card, they're thinking this is automatically meaning relationships, romantic relationships, and it very well can. I mean, because, obviously, right, it's the Lovers. And so it very well could. However, that is not just what the Lovers card is talking about. The Lovers card is talking about unifying, bonding, just truly becoming one with. And this can be becoming one with a person. However, this can also be becoming one with spirit, becoming one with or more in tune, or having to make a choice, because that's the other thing about the Lovers card. It represents choices. It represents the dualities, the opposing sides. And when this card shows up, it can often mean that you have to turn away from one thing in order to pursue the other, to bring balance to what you truly want to be unified with, be bonded with. It is perfectly okay that some of us really want to be successful in our careers and in work, and having children and having a family is not the most important thing for us. That is set up in the chart. Some people want to accomplish more, socialize more, be more of activists. Everything fits in. And we really, during this Mercury retrograde, need to find the time to, or not even the time, but use this energy to really consider, are we bonding, unifying with something that we truly love for ourselves, for our own lives? Let's break down the cards. So, and this is one of the things that I think is most important when you begin to study tarot also, is it's very important to understand symbolism. That's really all tarot is. It's symbolism. It's telling you a story through symbols and through images, and along with your intuition and your guidance. So we see, first off, this is both feminine and masculine energy. So this is about the duality of both. One thing I like about this card, or I think is a kind of a cool observation, is that if you notice, she is looking at the spirit or the angel that is above. And even here, he's glancing at her. And even in the modern version, he's glancing at her. And what I've been taught and what I see in this is that as she is focused more on the spiritual and in the spiritual realm, and although he is more practical in what's right in front of him and very masculine energy, right? Like, this is how the masculine part of us operates. However, we are able to connect to the divine part of us through the feminine part of us. This is the duality. And this is one thing about the cards that I think that it shows. And what would indicate in a reading is, are you being true to both sides of you? Is the relationship balanced in both the spiritual aspect as well as the practical aspect? Not just the relationship, partnerships. This isn't just romantic relationships. This is partnerships, contracts, agreements. That's what the Lovers, that's what Libra, that's what Mercury in this instance represents. If you look at both of their hands on both cards, they're open, they're nude. This is innocence. This decision to unify is truly what makes you happy. Genuinely what feels good. It feels pure. It feels blessed. We have the angel putting a blessing on this. So within yourself, even, I feel like this is a call to tell people that if it feels really good to say no to this relationship, maybe this thing, or put it, or maybe it's even on hold for, or a no for now. You know, like Gemini is a mutable sign. If you want to say no to relationships and children and that kind of thing now and pursue your career, and that just really genuinely feels good, it drives your passion. We see the flames here. These are flames. Flames are passion. They're the fire signs. It also shows that with the fruit in these trees, this has a potential to be prosperous, to bring in abundance. The fruits can also indicate like a spiritual connection. Now we see the snake here and in both of these. Now in some cultures, snakes represent deceit or temptation or something like that. But in a lot of other cultures, the snake represents transformation and a rebirth. So this decision to unify, whether it be unify in a partnership, unify more to yourself, your spiritual connection, like come into this agreement of oneness, that I'll just take this spiritual journey. I'll go on this spiritual walk. I'll leave behind all those practical things right now. I'm ready to unify in this way. Or maybe you're more in the masculine and you want to unify in a more practical, work, steady way. There's no right or wrong. This is about you making the decision to truly bond. It's going to be blessed as long as it feels pure and real. There's some things that you're going to have to overcome. That's what mountains always represent in the tarot. But even as you, like if you look to see, this mountain will get you closer to this sunshine here, which represents enlightenment, which represents just this, Now in the modern witch, it's more of stars, and I still feel like it's an enlightenment, but this kind of indicates more of a spiritual enlightenment. And this words, I want to say it's spiritual. Also, they both are because they're with the angel, right? And the clouds are all around, but this just feels more in your face, I think. The Lovers card, when they show up in a reading, indicate a need for balance. Balance to what truly, genuinely feels good to you. This card is an indication that if you will unify and connect with those things that genuinely feel good to you, that you are passionate about, that are likely to transform the situation that you're in, or where you are right now. This may uproot everything. This may turn your world upside down, but it's blessed. It is blessed. It is going to take you to higher places. You are going to be in a better place. This is a good thing. One thing I like to point out is that these same lovers show up again in the Devil card. Hold on. Okay, now they're not exactly the same. However, these two images, you don't see these two in this way anywhere else in the tarot except for the Lovers and the Devil card. And at this point, they are bound. And this isn't like a forever bound type thing. However, they are bound. And these same fruits are now here completely attached. And even this same passion and this same flame, right? This is like attached. Now, the Devil card represents a little bit more, and this is the opportunity when this card shows up, can be the opportunity to make a decision to get out of this bondage. However, with the Lovers card coming first, what this indicates right now is that it is a really good time to make sure that you are unifying, connecting, bonding to that which is truly the desire of your pureness, your genuineness. They're in the nude to your higher consciousness, your higher self, that in doing that, you will be blessed. And you'll be facing this again. However, you can be in this place to where I'm really proud of what I did. I'm really passionate about what I have. And now that this is showing up, the Devil is all about us having to reevaluate our choices. That is why Mercury goes retrograde. So don't be afraid. Or it's like you could use this as a caution in right now understanding that Mercury is retrograde so that you can review, reconsider, rethink in the sign of Libra some of the relationships, partnerships, commitments that you have created for your life and how those really are in alignment with your higher self and where you see yourself going or at. Going or at. Is this in alignment with where I'm at right now? Or is this because the masculine energy is very practical. Is this in alignment with where I'm at right now? Or is this in alignment with where I'm going? Right. I hope this helps. I hope that this is a great Mercury retrograde for each of us. And until next time, peace.